Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by. This is going to be a short video. I actually just wanted to share an experience that I had yesterday that really taught me a lesson, and it wasn't a new lesson, it was clearly a lesson I needed to be reminded of. I've been spending the last about 6 to 9 months really trying to learn and understand manifesting in the law of attraction. And I guess I got recently so caught up in trying to utilize it for the purpose of growth personally and in my business that I had forgotten the basic principle, like attracts like. That works for positive and negative, Manielle. And clearly Manielle forgot and was tested yesterday, and it reminded me. So normally what happens with me is if it's like in the middle of my day and something comes up, I can catch on to it. That, not necessarily that I'm being tested, but I'm being tested. There's negative energy, whether it's somebody, something, an occasion that comes up that wants to upset me or anger me or what have you, and I become aware of how I'm responding, whether it's a visceral or just mental response, and what it's doing to me and my reaction to it. So normally it happens once, every now and then, usually in the middle of the day or something like that, and I'm like, okay, enough. Don't even go there, Manielle. Let it go, or just deal with it and move on. And that's what happens. It goes away. Yesterday, I guess it was time for level 2. It started the second I woke up, because I responded and I forgot this principle, it snowballed and it went through my entire day. It really was not until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon did I realize what was going on, and I was like, "Duh, Manielle, what are you doing? You've got to stop. What are you doing?" So quickly, I am participating in the Chopra Center's 21-day meditation. So I do my meditations in the morning. So my alarm goes off, I get my phone, I go through my email to find the link for the meditation for the day. And when I did that, I accidentally hit the Facebook app also on my phone. So while my meditation is pulling up for the day, I see I've got a comment on my profile. And it really upset me. I was very upset what had occurred, I guess, overnight while I had been sleeping on my page, and it upset me what was said and the fact that it was going on. I'm very proud of my friends. They are people who are, well educated. They're very ambitious and outgoing, and they fight for their beliefs and, things of that nature. So I find pride in the people that I choose to hang out with and call my friend, and the associates that I keep over the years. So when I see this happening on my page, I'm like, this can't be going on. Like, no, I don't condone this. No fighting on Facebook. It's Facebook. Leave that stuff for, these other people. So I'm very upset. I do my meditation, but I come back to the comment, and that's where it began, is I let it get in my skin. I let the anger and the aggravation and frustration grow roots, and it did, and it planted itself. That seed made it down far enough that it was able to take, and it went through my entire day. So it happened a couple more times, but this time it sucked me in. So I actually responded to that, and from a place of anger. So when I did that, I allowed this negativity, this negative energy to continue. So I was very insensitive throughout the day, and it was only online. It was very weird. Things online, Facebook and Twitter, with some comments to friends and stories posting and laughing at certain things that really I normally wouldn't, find that kind of situation. And it wasn't, like I said, until like around 3 o'clock in the afternoon that I realized, oh, Manielle, what in the world is going on? What is wrong with you today? And I laughed with it, one of my girlfriends, and she looked back at everything I showed her. I was like, go look at this. Like, I cannot believe I did all this today. And so we had our laugh, and then I realized that it had started once I let that anger and frustration manifest and root itself in me that morning. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is to really encourage you that when you have a bad day and you feel or you see that it has been snowballing, to take that time to stop and ask yourself, where did this start? What was my reaction when that first issue or problem or situation came up? Did I encourage more to happen based on my response? Or maybe I encouraged more based lack of my response. Sometimes that happens as well. If you don't say something, it ends up snowballing as well. But it's where were you? Where were you mentally, and where were your emotions when you responded? Sure, I would have responded regardless of what had happened, but the problem was that I responded from a place of anger. And that allowed those thoughts and negativity and feelings to root itself and then manifest itself throughout my day. So to correct, so to speak, the situation, I did go back to everybody that I interacted with and felt that I had been insensitive to, and apologized and let them know that I felt it was inappropriate. And of course everybody's like, no, you have your own thoughts and yada yada yada. Sure, of course, I always say my own thoughts. It's again where those thoughts were coming from. So I'd like, if you've gotten experiences like that where you've had a day where you just totally snowballed, were you able to, catch yourself? Did you stop? Did you ask yourself, why is this going on? Why is it, going to this level and this magnitude? And then were you able to control and stop the situation? Once I got, all that, I let go. Once I got all of that out of me after, talking to my girlfriend and realizing that, it stopped. The rest of my afternoon was golden. So it's amazing what happens when you take ownership of your feelings and your actions. It's unbelievable what can and can't happen. I'm also going to leave some information if you are interested, if you're not familiar with law of attraction or manifesting, meditation, all these words that I've been using. So I don't want you to watch this and be like, what is she talking about? Well, thanks so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. Talk to you later.